So let's talk about how to generate more sales from your organic posts on TikTok for jewelry brands. We've talked a lot on these channels about paid advertising for jewelry brands. We've talked about TikTok ads, we've talked about with Facebook and Instagram ads, but now let's kind of double down and let's kind of talk about with how to generate more sales from your TikTok organic posts. The beauty of this strategy is that you are not investing money here. You do not need to spend a dime. What you just need to allocate is time. It takes a little bit of time to understand how this TikTok algorithms work, but the moment when you crack the code, then you can take your business to a whole new level. So one of my promises by the end of this video is you will get clear strategies on how to create these organic posts to get those 5-figure daily revenue for your jewelry brand. Now, before I go into the strategies and techniques, let's take a look at one video. So let me just play it and let's take a look at.
So I asked you guys in the last video what name and butterfly color to make, and the first one who commented was Lily. 10 minutes has to change. Lily with a lavender butterfly. Now we gotta add the purple butterfly. And it's done. If you want me to make your name, then comment on this video or the previous one.
Now, maybe you will ask, well, Archie, what is so important and why you're showing us this kind of video? Well, let me tell you this thing. This particular video took this particular jewelry brand from making a couple hundreds of dollars to multiple 6-figure pretty much overnight. Yes, this is insane. So I want to break down this particular video because this is a TikTok organic post. This is not an ad, this is simply a TikTok organic post. And kind of understand from the marketing perspective why this video took this business from making a couple hundreds of dollars to tens of thousands of dollars per month. What we can learn from this story is that processes and behind the scene videos perform pretty well on TikTok. If you paid attention to this video, you will see that the owner of this brand, her name is Porsche. In that video, she talked about with the behind the scenes, how she is making this jewelry. So she's talking about the processes of how she's making this custom jewelry. And I noticed throughout multiple jewelry TikTok accounts that this is something that is working. It's kind of like a pattern. Now, the question is why? So the first thing is that we have to understand that nowadays, because of a very high competition, especially in the jewelry industry, it's a pretty saturated market. Would you agree with that? So because of that, people want to know more about the brand. They want to know what is the story. Why are you running this business in the first place? And it cannot just be, I just want to make this business and pretty much that's it, and kind of grow the revenue. People don't care about your revenue. You have to understand that they want to see your mission, why you are growing this brand. It is pretty important. That's why this video in the first place worked quite well, because she is talking about it herself. She's showing her face in front of a camera. And then also they have this about page where they are talking about their mission. So your about page is one of the pages that is underrated for every single business. And it's a page that you have to kind of work on a lot. I would say that the about page is the second most important page after the product page. Now, the second reason why this is working is because people buy from people and not from brands. You'll absolutely see this pattern that public figures, people who are on social media, where people who have some kind of popularity out there, and if they open a business in any kind of industries, most likely they will succeed because people buy from people. They've got this circle of fans, circle of people who are following this particular person. They love that creator, they love that person, and that is why they're buying. They're not only buying that product because they like it. Yes, that is part of it, but the main reason is because of that person. They admire that person. That is what is happening. So Porsche, you could see that yes, she's got over 100,000 followers. Also, this person chose So if you don't know him, he has a pretty big YouTube channel about teaching men like fashion. He's teaching men how to take care of like his body, of how to look better and things like that. And because of that, he opened multiple like clothing brands, and also like he has other kind of businesses, and he like grew this entire community based on like being out there and creating content and pretty much being like a public figure. Now, a question that you might have is, well, Archie, like, are you saying that I need to kind of be on social media, create content and be kind of like public figure? Well, my answer would be like pretty much yes. If you want to scale your business aggressively and like, you know, don't have these problems with like making revenue or getting clients, getting like people who would be interested to buy your products, getting traffic. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot grow your business without like being known, but I am saying is that it is easier to grow a business, to scale a business when you are like known out there, when people know already about you. So, you know, it's up to you which path you want to use. It's something that you kind of have to think about. Either you kind of like get over this fear of maybe you're afraid to be in front of a camera, and my only recommendation is just to get over it. That's my single recommendation that I could give you. Or you just, you know, grow your brand like the hard way, like, you know, running ads, just getting cold traffic to your website. But you have to understand that the likelihood or the speed of growing that business is not that high comparing with a business that has a person who is already known out there. So I hope that makes sense. Now, the third reason is that people buy stories. So stories pretty much sell. If you go to the DBL Jewelry page on TikTok or on Instagram, you will see a lot of posts with the owner of this brand, which her name is Porsche, like I mentioned so before. And she is mentioning a lot about her journey of growing this business, like starting with only $40 and then dream to help children living in poverty back home in the Philippines. So he has, first of all, he's emphasizing a lot on her mission, why she opened this business in the first place. And then throughout her journey with her content, with like her, you know, videos on TikTok, with everything that you see on the website, she's always like keep mentioning about her story, because people need to know, like I said, people need to know like why you opened this brand. So it is important to tell your story. Maybe you'll say, oh, but I don't have like that interesting story like in this case. Well, usually what is happening, you are actually underwriting your story. I would highly recommend putting yourself out there with your story and talking about that and mentioning about that, like throughout your organic posts, throughout your ads as well, because people need to know. That is super important. So this way, the first things that we kind of learned from this particular video. Now I want also to mention a few other learnings that I found in terms of creating these organic posts that will go viral and generate more sales for your brand. So the next thing that I want you to do is to find 10 competitors and take a look at their TikTok organic posts. Now, before I go into how to analyze those TikTok organic posts to get inspired and create something viral for your page as well, make sure to click on the subscribe button if you enjoy this content and click on that notification bell. So I'm gonna just take a look at one particular page. Let me just pull up some kind of like TikTok page as an example. So let's take a look at this TikTok page. So this is a jewelry brand. Not sure if I will pronounce this correctly. Probably it's a Bud Lion, something like that. So now we want to look at their posts, but not only look at their posts, but to pay attention to the videos that have gotten the most amount of views. Those are the ones that they have gone viral, and those are the ones that we want to look at. So here we have one that got over 100,000 views. Let's see if we can find something with a lot more views. Okay, so right here we have one that has gotten 2 million views. So let's take a look at this particular video just real quickly and kind of understand what is going on here. Now, we see that this is pretty much an unboxing experience. So what we can learn from here is that, okay, we can go ahead and create something similar, because most likely it's going to go also viral for your brand as well, especially if that competitor sells quite similar products like yours. So you do not need to reinvent the wheel in this case. Now in the future, of course, you want to test, you want to create something more of, new, something that will stand apart for your jewelry brand. However, in the beginning, I would say just, create something that already is working and it's proven, and the marketplace responding well to. Of course, you want to look at more than one videos that went viral, because that is going to give you like some kind of patterns. You'll see that some specific videos that went viral has particular things that are repeating all the time. That is a very, very strong signal that is a video that most likely is going to go viral for your brand as well. Right here we have one that has gotten over 1.6 millions. I would say just a video showing off the product. Alright, most likely this video went viral because of the design itself. That's why I kind of want to circle back to the thing that you want to look at the competitors with very, very similar products. Because they might be in the jewelry space, but if the product they are selling it's a little bit different, let's say that you're selling luxury jewelry, but they're selling like affordable jewelry. Well, in that case, the creatives, even though for them, like their video might went viral, but for your brand, because you're selling completely different jewelry, might not go viral, especially like in this case, because here the product itself does the heavy lifting. The second thing that I want to look at, so the first thing is at the videos with the most amount of views, especially like at the ones that they've gotten these kind of patterns and you see like the same kind of things that they are working. But the next thing that you also want to look at is at the comments. Now, at the comments, you want to spend quite a lot of time, because here you can learn a lot of things. I am talking about with like customer search. You could see what kind of words they're using. You could see what they would like to see. Because for example, if you see a comment that says, okay, this is a pretty cool video, it's a pretty cool product, but I wish I would have this on top of that. I wish I would see more of that. Then you pretty much take the same video, you add more kind of things that they are talking about, and then you post that video. Most likely it's going to work even better, because you give like to the marketplace exactly what they want. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that you want to sell what people want and not what you think you want. That's the biggest advice and the biggest tip that I can give you. Now, if we go back here, the next strategy that is working very well for organic TikTok posts is to start posting. Like, of course, you need to start posting and then notice what is working specifically for your brand. I've mentioned this a lot in my videos, that every single business is different. So even though you are using some kind of proven elements from our businesses and you get inspired, which is okay, but then eventually, once you accumulated a lot of videos, a lot of creatives, you want to learn from them instead. So either you will create more iterations of what already is working, or just simply repost that video. In my TikTok page, I had a video a couple of months ago that kind of like got a lot of views. So I took the same video, I reposted, and it actually got much more views like in the first time. So it is very easy to do. It doesn't involve any effort, but it could give you so many views and it could go like viral and it could get much more views than in the first place, which will lead most likely to more traffic and more people like converting on your website. Now, the next thing is to use the TikTok organic element. So when we're talking about TikTok organic elements, we're talking about the background sounds, the fast transitions, the raw content, and a catchy call to action. So a strategy that I would actually recommend using is this. When you've got a viral video and it doesn't have a catchy like call to action, like, visit my website and shop this product, you simply take that video, you repost it, but with the only adjustment. At the end, you add a specific call to action, like, hey, check out this product on my website and shop there. When it comes to the background sounds, you want to use, sometimes you want to use these viral background sounds. Other times you just want to use something that, it's just within your branding with your like jewelry brand. Sometimes you want to use trending sounds. Other times I recommend using these sounds that are like, matches you within your branding. So you want to mix and match these background sounds. The fast transitions, this is the second kind of element that is specific to TikTok, because on TikTok people have short attention span, which means in order to like maintain them and have them watch your entire video and keep them engaged, you want to have fast transitions. And the third, which is a pretty important thing, is to have raw content, meaning you don't need professional cameras or like a studio to shoot this content. You just need your phone, your products, and your desire to, create content. That is simply what it takes. Now, we can literally see it based on that story with the DBL jewelry that I've showed you in the beginning of this video, and also based on the that TikToker page that we just took a look at and we kind of analyzed their posts. We see that there is a lot of opportunities for every single jewelry brand to go viral and sell a lot of their products. However, if we combine the organic TikTok posts with TikTok ads, then your business can go to a whole new level. And I'm talking in depth more about that in this video over here. Make sure to check that out right now, and I will talk to you soon.